welcome to Two Cooks in the Kitchen. Tonight we are going to make a fig and tomato salad for dinner. It's also going to have some goat cheese on it. If you have an aversion to goat cheese, you could use blue cheese with this salad and it works just fine. We happen to have a goat cheese factory just down the street that makes this lovely Humboldt fog. So, fig season. Our neighbor has a fig tree and he was kind enough to let me go pick some figs today. They're very ripe and they just won't last, so we got to eat them today. It's also tomato season and I picked a pound of cherry tomatoes. So we'll be using those, and actually I'm going to cut each one of those in half and get them in our bowls. We also have all these other tomatoes that I have to figure out something to do with. So then we're going to use these other ingredients: honey, balsamic, a little salt, some olive oil, lemon juice to make a dressing to put on the salad, and a few thyme leaves just for some more flavor. So I'll get to work on these tomatoes and we'll come back when they're in their bowls. So this is going to turn out to be quite a large salad, but that's okay because it's what we're having for dinner. I'm going to cut these figs in half because I think the size will go better with the cherry tomatoes. And I have here 4 figs. I started out with 5 and it just looked like it was going to be way too much food. So it still might be too much food, but at least it's under some sort of control.
Plus it was all free.
I mean, look at these. I mean, well, it's food that has to get eaten because we've got to keep up with the tomatoes. We got to keep up with the figs. And look how beautiful these figs are. They're just gorgeous. They're also very, very ripe. So they'll be sweet. I think this is really going to be a great flavor combination here. So we get our figs on our tomatoes, and then we've got our chev, and I cut the rind off 2 sides here. And this is 4 ounces of chev. I cut that block that I had in half, and we're going to have the other half on our fig dessert.
What's the company that this cheese
This is Cypress Grove. And this is the Humboldt Fog. It's just down the street.
But we've seen this, you know, we saw it in Hawaii once. I know it was Kauai, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
gets around.
Yeah.
You might have it in your local store. Even if you're not from Humboldt.
Right.
So, we're gonna get our cheese on here. I really don't like the rind.
Just leave that. I'll chew on that. Get it off with your teeth.
And now I'm going to rinse my hands. Then we're going to make a dressing. So I have a 1/4 cup of olive oil that I've measured out, a teaspoon of honey that I had to melt to measure. Hopefully it'll mix well. Not guaranteed. And a teaspoon of lemon juice. 2 tablespoons of balsamic vinegar. And a half teaspoon of salt. And that'll be everything for our salads. Well, no, for our dressing. And then, gotta just really mix this. And it's things that don't really like to mix super easily. And then once you get it mixed, you want to quickly pour it over. Can't tell if this is too much.
Guess we'll find out.
We'll find out. Might be a pool at the bottom. And then we put on our thyme leaves. And we want, a fair amount. I've got several sprigs of thyme here. Like 6. And it's not like Gordon Ramsay's thyme where it all comes off perfectly. But this is straight out of our garden, and
That's a plant that just does really well year-round here in our Pacific Northwest.
we have several different kinds out there, and they all just thrive. Okay. So I also, because I can, I have 2 sprigs of thyme with flowers on them. So we can have a lovely thyme flower garnish on our salad. And there you have it. Fig tomato salad with goat cheese. And let's just see what it tastes like. Okay, that's a really good combination. The tomatoes are a little acidic, the figs are super sweet, and the dressing is a little acid, a little sweet. It's a very nice combination. So, thank you for watching Two Cooks in the Kitchen. Subscribe to our channel, and we'll see you next time.